very unfair. I feel like it's even a sin. It's wrong on every level. No child owes their parents stuff as much as the parents owes the children. I'll take that again. No child owes the parents anything as much as the parents owes the children.
The fact that they didn't even put it here that her parents will usually blackmail her every single time, that she owes to them for all the sacrifices that they made for her. Hence, it is her duty to ensure that they're good. And she even goes on to say that my parents are okay, no health issues, thankfully. Yeah. She even went as far as opening a business for her mom, and the business is going well. But, it's like, I own you. Where's that money? And I'm even seeing here that she feels drained every single day. Yeah. She cannot do anything for herself without explaining for days. You buy a handbag. Where did you buy this handbag? Why did you buy the handbag? Why is it? Don't you think that you should have just the money? I wanted the money for something. You should have sent it to me for this or that. Like when you have that, it can be choking for children.
Yeah. So now it goes back to two people, with all due respect to her parents. Two manipulative people coming together to say, let's get married.
So you think her parents are manipulative?
Oh yeah.
Well, if you think her parents are manipulating her or manipulative,
they are good at emotional blackmail. And
I mean, send the WhatsApp message or calling on the show 0705 6900927. 0705 6900927 is the number to call, or you can send a WhatsApp message on that same number, or you can even send a voice note. Yes, you can actually send a voice note if you think that what you're going to type is going to be a little too long and you're feeling a little uneasy about that. You can send a voice note on WhatsApp and we'll definitely play it on air here. Tell us what you think about this. 0705 6900927. 0705 6900927. So Basil, you were saying something.
And then on her part, she's been enabling them. She's still enabling
if you
them.
think about the word enabling, now your mom calls you for something and says, I need this, please can you help me out with it? And then you do it. And then your mom calls you another time.
Enable that thing to happen.
No, but I mean,
that's what enabling is. Helping something to happen.
Let's see. Hello, good morning. Please turn off your radio so we can have a smooth conversation.
Okay.
Fantastic. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
You have to turn off your radio, sir.
Okay, it's off now.
Okay, fantastic. What is your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Mr. Sonny.
Mr. Sonny. Oh, Mr. Sonny, it's great to have you on the show with us.
Yeah. Sometimes people just make some comments that they look into what it is to make a comment.
Okay.
Well, do you know what it takes to train a child? What it takes to be a child? 9 months and then give birth and then train this child to university or whatever level, and when this child come out to be living like somebody who fall from the moon. I mean, it's not done. The Western world have spoiled this earth, made this earth very, 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 very livable. Listen to what happened in those days of Abraham and son. Because Abraham's son was so obedient to the father, the man had to take him to go and sacrifice. The boy went. What is it that when somebody had a child and this man is now old and then has been trained, maybe he's now working, earning so much, and he cannot take good care of the child. That is an offense before God.
Okay.
Because if this child was abandoned, they will be calling the parents, the father or the mother.
Right.
I want to see a man who was not fed and trained by the parents, or somebody who adopted him or she. I mean, these are things we should correct, because if you make these children to be wayward, not to care for their parents, what is happening in the Western world is not culture.
Okay.
It's what what is making this earth to be very, very loose.
Okay.
So what I think should be done is you owe your parents just like your parents owe to train you. Because if your parents did not train you, of course you would not be anything.
Right.
And You cannot begin to feed yourself right from when you were born, then train yourself in the school, and then become adult or become something. It's not possible. Either it is done by you or someone else. And all these people are also parents. So please, let us face this. Nobody will be saying, it's too cumbersome for a child, for the mother to demand. I knew of some people who are going to farm to pay the children's school fees. In the process, they are kidnapped and killed.
Right.
And I know of some people who will sell their property to take care of the children's school fees and to train them.
Like in this case, because she says she feels indebted to her parents and she appreciates them for all that they did. They sold their property to ensure that she gets an education, and she doesn't see a problem assisting when there's a need, but they blackmail her every single time she cannot come forward to actually make some payments, because they'll tell her, we made sacrifices for you.
What does she mean? What does she mean by blackmail? Now, if you know that you have a parent and you're earning salary, and you say, okay, you care for your parents. Your parents, they are your parents. They know when you care for them. I mean, let's be careful. They know when you care for them. They know when you think about them. We are not saying if you earn salary, you carry your salary and give to your parents. You have a responsibility too. But that's what is called care.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Sonny, thank you so much for calling in on the show. 0705 6900927 is the number to call. 0705 6900927. Or you can call the number 0802 502 7711. 0802 502-7711 is yet another number to call to be a part of the show. We just heard Mr. Sonny's submission on this situation and this conversation that has now been brought to light. Let's see who's calling. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What is your name and where are you calling us from?
This is just Lolua.
Oh, just Lolua. It's great to have you on the show. So just Lolua, what do you think about this?
It's a lot.
It is.
But first, I think that one wisdom that we should learn as we grow with relating with our parents is to not disclose our total financial state. I've seen that there's a way that it can be of more harm than good.
Right. How so?
In the long run. So there's generally in Africa, we have an expectation on everyone and everybody. Once we have an idea of what the person is worth, there's a likelihood that we begin to expect more. Not being realistic with the fact that the person may not have the strength yet
to
take on so much responsibility. So I think the first mistake out of excitement is like, I got a 500,000 job. And your parents are like, hey, 500K. They are not thinking of the fact that you are staying in Ketu and you are working in Aja.
Or you have to pay bills every other day.
You have to pay bills. You have to pay transportation.
Food.
Maybe you are using almost 200 or 250K on transportation. That's minus feeding. You are not even remaining. You are barely getting by. But the figure is in their mind like, hey, 500K. So they are like, what is any 500K? Then they are asking you for a 300K need. And you're like, honestly, I barely saved 50K this month. And they are like, how? You're earning 500K. So I think we have to work on being discreet with our finances generally to reduce expectation. That's the first thing. Number two, the best way to help ourselves with our parents is to place them on a salary.
Okay.
Place them on a salary. And then you know that every month you have a responsibility towards them to give them 100,000. If there are emergencies that now come up after you have given them, and you are sure that these are emergencies that the 100,000 cannot take care of, then you can choose to hard. But don't be at their beck and call. They feel like taking malt today, you send them money for malt. They feel like eating pizza tomorrow, you send them money. You create an environment and a thought pattern to make them think that you always have. The day you say no, it will be wala.
Okay.
So just reschedule yourself. Look at it. What can you afford to give them monthly without being affected? Start giving them that. Place them on that, and just distance yourself as much as you can. And then move out of the house. There's no way you'll be living under their roof, and you'll not be facing that kind of.
Because she actually did say that. I mean, all of the things that they would, she cannot do anything for herself without explaining for days. So maybe she takes a trip or just maybe buy something expensive. Oh, why are you buying perfume 30,000 naira? And you're like, I work and I earn this much, so why shouldn't I be able to afford this? But thank you so much.
So she should move out of the house.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Just a little while, it's all about solving this situation. And I like that. But I know that there's some people out there who think that this girl is being ungrateful.
Yeah, so...
there's some people out there who think that she's ungrateful. She is not supporting her parents. But there are also some others out there who are thinking to themselves like, no, like I do all the things I can for my parents, but they're not even putting me into consideration. Let's take this quick call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Your name is?
My name is Jenny and I'm calling from Apapa.
From Apapa. All right, great to have you on the show. Talk to me.
I want to contribute briefly on the topic we are discussing.
By all means.
Okay, I think the first thing I'm going to say is the fact that Nigerians generally or Africa have this entitlement mentality.
Okay.
The children, the parents, all of us are the same. We have this entitlement mentality, and so that drives us most of the time. In this story that we have narrated now, the first thing is the married lady is staying home with the parents.
Yeah.
She has graduated in 2020. If she needs that kind of life she wants for herself, she needs to leave the parents. That's the one.
Okay.
Then she needs to understand that her responsibility to the parents is not to be tied to every success she has made. She's number 2 or 3. That means they have like somebody in the front and somebody at the back. What are they doing to support the family?
As well. That's so true. Her siblings.
So now another one is she needs to now decide and liberate herself. At this junction, she will liberate herself. Nobody can liberate her. She will need to liberate herself. It is not everything she needs as a kid that she got while she was growing up. Not everything she needs now that she's getting now. So the parents too should not expect they are going to get everything they need from her. I'm a parent myself. I've been married for 10 years.
Okay.
So I'm a parent myself.
I was just about to ask whether you had kids.
Children, I have plans for my future. So even in the Bible, some parents leave inheritance for their children and not depending on the children.
Right.
It is African mentality that put us in fathers. Okay, it is African mentality.
Okay.
Somebody made a comment now, maybe from the analysis in the studio there, said, living in Neketu,
okay, yeah. One of the callers.
Look at the cost of expense. Look at the expenses she gets every week or every month, and the money. There are many of us too, as children, to our parents, we front our life where we have not reached with this fake life and proclaim ourselves where we have not gotten to. And if we are not careful, this our generation, especially this Gen Z now, if they are not careful, the financial debt that feed our parents will kill us too. Overburden, overbearing responsibility. And at the end of the day, we won't be able to leave inheritance for our children because we are going to kill ourselves with that burden, overbearing responsibility.
Okay.
So the first thing is she needs to seek financial intelligence, how to balance life.
All right.
I'm not a financial analyst, but I'm an analyst, so I understand some other things. I have to seek, at some point, I have to seek financial advice and live a balanced life. We take care of our parents. I say we because my and my siblings, we take care of our parents.
Right.
And they are fine. So the first thing they understand is if they are not going to get everything they think they need at the time they need it. Intentionally, at times, I will delay my contribution. Not because I cannot afford, but to change that mentality of entitlement. Oh boy, I need 1 million. Now, quickly send it to me. If I say this to them, they will appreciate it. But they will not know I'm also going through to send down 1 million to them.
Okay.
So if they need 1 million on Friday, today is Friday, okay, they need it on Monday. I will put it like on Wednesday or Thursday. if anything is going to happen, let it happen before that Thursday. If it cannot happen, then it means you can survive with that 1 million. That emergency is not there. If it is emergency, you understand it's emergency. You can go extra length.
Okay.
But if it is not emergency, it's not too much. So she needs to liberate herself. Then she needs to cut down on that. Probably the way she allows herself, the lousiness, starting the lifestyle, the social media, and every other thing like that. One thing I do when I want to liberate myself, one thing I did was, before they call me for money, I called them, I need money. Please go give me 200,000.
Are you serious?
By the time I begin to ask them money continuously, they start cutting away from me. They see that call, they don't pick. So when I see that call, I don't pick. So gradually we have to start a balance. We now have an understanding. You have to sit down and talk. This is what happens. This is how much I earn. And I've removed 40% out of this course. So this is what I earn.
Okay.
And we need to live life as such. So wisdom is profitable to direct.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Wisdom is profitable to direct. Well, I mean, I took some pointers from this. I know that just Lulua had mentioned that do not disclose all of your finances to your parents. She's proposing this as a way that this young lady can address this issue that she's facing at the moment. Do not disclose all of your finances to your parents so as to reduce expectations and then place them on a salary. And then our last caller did mention some people leave inheritance for their children. And
even a lot.
Exactly. They don't even take from their children. Instead, they leave for their children. And then, of course, our caller, Mr. Sonny, had mentioned quite a number of things saying that you need to change that narrative, that it's an African thing. All these three people have agreed that it's an African thing. It's an African mentality. And somewhat, do you think it's entitlement? Well, we're not even allowed to speak a lot because the phone lines are buzzing. Let's see who's calling. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. What is your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Olufumilayo John.
Turn on the volume is ready.
Olufumilayo John.
Yes, from Isolo. I'm over 84 years. In fact, I'll be 85 in August, although I don't look it if you see me.
Oh, that is sweet.
Yes, I just want to share a little bit about what we're talking about this lady.
All right, Papa, go on.
We have only heard actually one side of the story. We have not heard of the parents' story. I want to say I've been a marriage counselor for over 18 years in my church.
Okay.
And I always address the young couples concerning their parents that they must not neglect them. They must remember, they're like their marriage anniversary, their birthdays, all sorts of things like that. They must not forget them, making sure that actually that, they have brought them, they have looked after them. But, I have children myself, and I have grandchildren, and I don't ask them for anything, but even before I ask, they look after me.
Right.
And whatever the little thing that they do for me, I'm never so
appreciate.
Even when they took me to a church in their car, when I'm getting out of the car, my last born and the wife that lived with me, I don't forget to say thank you for taking me. Because they are not under obligation to do it, but they are doing it for me.
Right.
They live with me. My son, the wife, they live with me. I've just lost my husband just over a year ago.
Oh.
I don't request for anything, but I always advise the young couple that are married that you must not forget your parents, knowing that they have brought you up, they have looked after you.
Absolutely.
But they should not be, the parents should not be manipulative at all.
Wow. Okay.
And I always tell them, the young couple, that you must look after their needs, but not to the extent that you are going to hurt yourself, that you will not be able to look after yourself, your husband, and your children. So and from what this lady has said, she has done things for the mother, and but it is manipulative to be reminding them, reminding this lady that they have brought her up.
And they gave her an education, yes.
And they gave her education. That is part of their duty now. You know, I don't understand it. I don't. I'm not really happy about this at all. That you know that parents, you know, in this part of Africa, we don't neglect our parents like they do abroad. That overseas, that when they are getting older, they send them to the homes, you know, and they visit them occasionally.
Right.
Old people's homes. They do our best. My children, my grandchildren, whatever they do for me. You know, sometimes one might say that, you know, one of them is an architect. You should just look at me and say, "Mommy, you need new standards." Mommy, I don't ask them to say, go and bring 1 million naira, go and bring. I don't ask them for anything. And I always tell the young couple that, you know, you must, you know, remember your parents that they brought you up, but not to hurt yourself. You know, that you will not be able to maintain your home again.
Right.
They are making us feel very bad, and it is uncalled for. I don't understand them.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma'am, for calling in on the show and giving us this very beautiful advice.
Yes, thank you.
All right, have a beautiful day. Bye for now. Please don't be a stranger. We definitely want to hear the standpoint of all of our parents and all of our grandparents. That was pure gem. Those were words of wisdom from an octogenarian to have said that I have children that they're not under obligation to take me to church. But when I come down from the car, I would say thank you.
Appreciation for the
little things. And I like that she mentioned that going over and over again to tell them, oh, I raised you. Do you know what I've done for you? Do you know? It's like you're reminding them of the things that were your duty as a parent.
Like you did them a favor.
I did you a favor. Hence, you have to bring back the favor to me.
Or you have to pay for it.
Thank you so much, ma, for all of your advice. And I like that. I mean, he didn't just stop at, the girl should do the right thing. She says, do the right thing. Take care of your parents. But parents should not be manipulative and should not put a price tag on the things that, you must do this for me because I gave you an education. I gave you life. Hence, you owe it to me to take care of me. All of these sacrifices that I did for you, you cannot be anything without me. As much as we understand as kids that we're nothing without our parent, we also need to understand that as a parent, because this is coming from this is a grandmother saying it's not their duty. They're not under obligation. It's not their mandate. But they're doing it because, yes, when you honor your father and your mother, your days are long. You also will become a parent or a grandparent. And this was good. But go on. I would say something.
Like, this also should remind people that it's not. I hope the first caller is listening. So it's not transactional. You understand? So what I'm saying is I hope everybody called because we're all trying to learn. That's why I said so.
Yeah.
He made some point that I like, but we should just listen and try to understand each other. Now, the worst thing that you can do for anybody is give them all they want. There's need and there's want. Even God that we worship does not give us all we want. That's the reason, because we would self-destruct. Imagine everybody having all they want on earth. Some people want to bring down another nation. That's all they just want. Some people want to just kill people. Some people just want to just help people endlessly. But even, according to the Bible, even Christ did not just give people all they wanted all the time. So I'm talking to her right now. She's doing her parents some disservice without knowing. Because guess what happens to some families? When everybody is like, this person. People forget that when something happens, it doesn't even have to be death. It can be marriage. It can be a trip. It can be a transfer, a huge one. It can be they hit a milestone in life and they don't have that access anymore. What happens?
You become the bad person.
The service that has been done is...
And sometimes some people will not even be able to work enough because they know that they have an anchor, a sukkah, someone they can look up to.
That's what I'm trying to say. So the service you've been doing over time is giving them all they want and providing everything. And then they can't even... The shock... Some parents don't even live with that shock of, this person is leaving us. It affects them. And even their health. So it's a disservice. So sometimes you need to hold back a bit and shut it out and cut it. There should be a proper plan, not just answering. You are the person doing more of the service to yourself and to your parents.
All right, 0705 69000927. That is the number to call us on, or you can send us a WhatsApp message as well. 0705 69000927. Or you can call us on 0802 502 7711. We have a young lady coming out to say that she feels drained. She feels like her duty in life is to bring money to her parents. She cannot do anything for herself, and if she has to do something for herself, she has to explain for days why she is doing it. But let's see who's calling first of all. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. What is your name and where are you calling us from?
Okay, my name is Tony. I'm calling from Badagry.
Mr. Tony from Badagry. It's great to have you on the show with us. Mr. Tony, what do you think about this?
Yes, I've listened to the discussion and the contribution of some people. But I want to say one thing. The parents have a position in the life of their children.
Absolutely.
In our traditional setting, there's kind of social understanding that parents take good care of their children so that at their old age, the children will take care of them. It is an understanding that exists as a social contract. And so, when the parents are taking care of the children and giving them good care, it's not just because it's an obligation. It's because they know that they want the best from the child. And that's why they put in all their best. You can't give what you don't have.
Right.
And nobody wants to roll out a bad product. So, what I'm saying is this. As children, you owe it as a duty to take care of your parents wholeheartedly.
Right.
It's not giving condition. After all, how much do you think your parents demand from you, are going to get from you? What is their need at that age? Would they ask you to come and build house for them or buy a car or this? This is not ordinary taking care of the parents, which you can afford. I don't think any parent will be asking the child to come and give me 5 million or 10 million. What is it for? Of what need is that money? All they need is health care, which you should take care of. Take them to hospital, give them good care. It is food. How much food are they going to eat? By the time you start calculating what they spent on you, from tissue paper, from napkin, from all the things, toothpaste and everything, you calculate them from your bed, hospital bills, everything. By the time you grow up, do you think you can pay? You can't pay.
Okay.
You can't pay your parents all that they did for you. You can only be grateful that your parents were able to actually impact your life. And so when you are giving, you should not have any restriction. You should not begin to count your blessings and think that it fell from heaven. It came through your parents. I mean those parents who actually took part in bringing the children up. It's not just all parents. Those that don't contribute, you may not expect anything. But by right, God has given that commandment. Children, obey your parents. That your days may be long. Yes. So
all right.
You have to take it from there as the child. That is what I want to contribute.
Okay. Thank you so much for your contribution. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much for your contribution. I have so many questions to ask, but I have to go on this rather short break. When we come back, it is still your One Family, One Radio, Super 2.7. And in case you're wondering what we have been speaking about, we have a young lady who has come here to say that she feels drained every single day. Like her duty in life is to bring money to her parents. She cannot do anything for herself without explaining for days. Since she graduated in 2020, she has been catering to the needs of her parents every single month. Her parents are okay, no health issues whatsoever. She opened a business for her mom. It's going well. But if she doesn't send money home or complain that she's not earning enough and she needs to cater to her own needs, her parents make it a point of duty to remind her that they gave her life and an education. She says, I feel indebted to my parents and I appreciate them for all that they did. They sold their property to ensure that I get an education, and I don't see a problem assisting when there is a need. But should I not be allowed to take care of me too? They blackmail me every single time and say that I owe it to them for all the sacrifices that they made. We're going to go on this short break. The phone lines are still buzzing, but please call me back when we come back from this break.
Super FM 92.7.
In today's fast-paced world, staying ahead of the curve is crucial. Are you ready to connect with the latest in business and economics? Tune in to the Business Connect, a dynamic program that delivers in-depth analysis of Nigeria's top business headlines and the global trends shaping the world economy. Each week, we bring you the latest updates on everything from financial markets and trade policies to entrepreneurship and cutting-edge innovations. Hear from industry leaders and experts as they break down the topics that matter most in the world of business. Whether you're an entrepreneur, a business professional, or simply curious about the evolving world of commerce, the Business Connect connects you to the pulse of business at home and abroad. Stay informed, stay ahead, make smarter decisions. Tune in to the Business Connect every Monday, 10:30 to 11 a.m. Because in business, knowledge is power. The Business Connect, only on Super 92.7 FM. Don't miss it. One family, one radio.
Have you been looking for avenues to reach a global audience? Would you like your business to reach your target audience and people from all walks of life? Call our commercial lines on 0816 4193 or walk into our office at 31 Bishop Oluwole Street, Victoria Island, Lagos. Put your business on blast on Super 92.7 FM, your one family, one radio.
It is still 92.7 Super FM, your one family, one radio. And phone lines are buzzing. Let's see who's calling. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning. What is your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Mr. Ihenacho, calling from Isheri.
Mr. Ihenacho from Isheri. Great to have you on the show, Mr. Ihenacho. Tell me, what do you think about this?
I want to say two things pertaining the program.
Okay, please, go on.
Number one, it looks as if the girl is, or the lady is frustrated. Why did I say so? If you calculate her age through university and the rest, she says she graduated since the year 2020.
Let's give or take, she's about 27 now. 28.
Yeah, she may be almost 30 and yet to marry. So that one contributes a lot on her actions towards the parents. And secondly,
it contributes to this conversation. Her age.
Yes, her age contributes a lot because she's no longer happy staying in her parents' house. That contributes a lot. I'm telling you with experience.
That is why you think that she's complaining?
She's complaining that she may not be complaining actually that she's yet to marry, but by coming to social media, to tell you about all these things that the parents are on her, every time she don't appreciate what she's doing. She's frustrated, number one. And number two, she finds it somehow, being the second in the family, she catering for the family. She's not even annoyed of the parents giving them money or giving them whatever they need from her. The point is that she now felt that she's the breadwinner of the entire family, while she has a senior and a younger one. So all those things contribute. So, but my only advice to her is to find a man and marry and go out of the family, because if she continues like this...
Wait, go on, sir. Go on. I can hear you.
Yeah. If the problem continues like this, she may find it difficult to stay in that family. And as the problem has continued now, if she doesn't find a man to marry, she will find it difficult, honestly. She will not be happy with herself. That's my contribution.
All right, thank you so much for your contribution. Every contribution here is valid. And I know that this will spur up a couple of calls that are going to come in now. 0705 6900 927. That is the number to call. How does getting married or wanting to get married or settle down be a conversation around this entire thing where she has an issue with her parents constantly blackmailing her to wanting to cater to her? She says, I cater to their needs. I don't have a problem with catering, but I just feel as though it's a little too much for me at this point in time. Lord. Hello, good morning. You may need to call me back. Scrambled network. We have a couple of messages that we need to take right now. So we have one person saying, "Good morning, gifted goddess. In as much as taking care of parents is not transactional, I think the government needs to do more in taking care of old people in a better way as they do in the Western world. However, poverty has caught up with most parents by that time. They're already in retirement age and the economy is not smiling on most of them. Hence, we as Africans cannot be mean to our parents. They depend on us because there is no other means of survival. Thanks, Mrs. Ostinoye." Oh, thank you so much for that. I like that she mentioned that the economy has a part to play. Hence, we don't have a choice but to take care of our parents as per they depend on us at that point in time. Well, we also have another comment. It's, "Good morning, the gifted goddess. The issue is is a very deep one affecting us in Africa. Many African parents have the habit of being entitled and seeking over appreciation. Many parents want their children to pay for the failure and bad decisions that they made in life. She should move out of the house and gain independence now before it's too late. I know someone who never recovered from this type of situation." And this is the constructionist from Lagos. We also have another message saying, "The thing is, parents lived their life for you, denied themselves pleasures, and in some cases die for their child. It is only fitting that you repay them when the time is right, but not to your own detriment. Not to your own detriment in caps. You owe yourself as well." Well, I like the balance of that statement. We also have a voice note here that we're going to play rather quickly. Well, you can still call in on the show, be a part of the conversation by either calling the number 0705 6900 Let's see who's calling. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, ma.
Good morning. What is your name and where are you calling us from?
This is Anusa from Ojo.
Anissa from Ojo. All right, talk to us, sir.
The issue there, it is a responsibility
Okay.
of a child.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you right
It's
loud and clear.
As a son, it's a responsibility for you to take care of your parents, but when the demand from them is too much on you, that means they have applied a small pressure on you. So, as for me, according to my culture, there is a saying that once a horse gives birth to a new one, once the child grows, the horse should rest. That means once your parents are old, there are some responsibilities that you have to respond to it. Arise your responsibility.
Oh, but I definitely got what he said. It's our responsibility to take care of our parents when they are old. And I'm going to double back to the conversation around where the octogenarian called us. She's 85 and counting. And she had come out to say, you know what? She always advises, she has been a counselor for many years. She always advises that take care of your parents when they're old. Oh, take care. It is only but a sweet feeling to see that your child has done something great in future. And the ripple effect is that they're taking care of you. But when it becomes sort of a burden on that child, then that's where there's a problem. And expectations. And the resolve to that, as said by Jesse Lulua, is not disclosing your entire financial capacity to them. Hence, they don't expect as much from you. Basil Dennis has been itching to say something. Talk to me. The phone lines are buzzing.
Wow. Oh, we need to, a lot of us need to just.
You think we need to do that
now? Yeah, because because nobody's talking about love from
for a child.
Nobody's talking about love from
parents. So you think that maybe it's transactional because someone said it was a social contract.
Because it seems like what we're indirectly doing is when you get married, you should get married and then have a child because you want to invest. That's why I don't like when people use the word invest. There's love, there's care and love. The same thing the child should do in time.
All right. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Hi.
They're giving this conversation this morning.
Say that again. I didn't quite hear you. What is your name?
My name is Akan. I want to dive into this conversation this morning.
Akan. All right, Akan. Great to have you on the show. Talk to me.
Okay. a whole lot of us do not understand that the line that we fall into was a line that our parents actually gave to us. Sometimes when I see people who steal, I see people who have all sort of scrupulous behavior outside there. The only thing I say is thank you to my father. Because I know if not for him, maybe today I would have been a thief. And once you go out of that line, it becomes a problem. That thin line, once you go out of it, it becomes something different. And then these people were just there to guide you into that particular line. You are sitting in the studio today, somebody actually did something. You are who you are today, somebody actually took the pain, actually saw the future, envisaged things that will be successful for you, and then they put you through it. The only thing I see when I see people who steal and they go around, I just say, maybe they did not even have the right moral. Maybe they did not have anybody to even put them through. I know some persons have, but some did not actually have. And every time I think about this and I see where I am today, I always say, Lord, I thank you that these people were there for me. Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. Well, you can be a part of the conversation calling on the show 0705 69000927. We're wrapping things up rather quickly. I have a voice note here. I mean, it's been 1 hour already. I can't even believe it. But then 0705 69000927 is the number to call, or you can call me and Basil Dennis on 0802 502 7711.
Good morning, gifted goddess, and Mr. Basil. My name is Charles Mario. I'm sending this voice note from Owode Ikorodu Road. See, I will say this for free. The girl in question, just like Mr. Dennis has said, she enabled it, she allowed it. Reason being this kind of thing almost happened to me. But this is how I managed it. There was a time my family body will call me. If you ask me for money, I won't say no, I will send to you. It becomes normal. Anybody that needs to go and meet him, he will give you. But when I said to myself, I will tell you for free, I cannot buy slippers on my own to wear. What I'll be thinking is, my family might maybe calling me tomorrow or next tomorrow for money. Let me just keep the money. You see me, I'm working, I'm not seeing the money in my body. Even sometimes eating becomes problem. I believe I have food in the house, I can eat what I have in the house. But getting new things, buying clothes become my problem. Now, but when I stopped it, gradually, you ask me for money, I say, this money, I don't have it now. Let's see what will happen next week. Next week is too far now. Okay, please look for where you get it. With that, I was able to manage it. Even till now, you ask me for money, I say, I don't have. You know, when I have, I used to give you, yes, that ends it. So she has to, look for a way to manage it. When they ask you for money, say, for now, I don't have it now. Maybe let's see what next week will look like. When that next week, I was expecting money, but now I've not seen the money. Just try and see how you get over it. You see, small, they will stop for that one. It's not behaving anyhow. You have your peace and your sanity to avoid you being slave in what you have. Me, I don't support that. Thank you.
Okay, I mean, that is honest opinion from someone who his submission on this conversation, saying that he is something that he has experienced himself, and he weighed him down. Are we even looking at the ripple effect on the child? Because when you think about it, for a young girl who's about 27, 28, that was why I was taken aback. One of the callers actually did say, it's maybe because she's getting old, she needs to find herself a man and get married, and maybe it's because of the what it lost me there. But hello, good morning. Oh, you may need to call us back. Scrambled network.
So I have a question, for us all. Let me put it like that. So what are the situations where we have situations
your question,
where...
but still sorry. Hello, good morning. Please turn off your radio so we can have a smooth conversation.
Hello.
I need you to turn off your radio, please. Oh, you haven't turned it off. I can still hear myself. Okay, this is what happens when you're calling on the show and your radio or your stereo is still
because
on.
Because people want to listen to themselves.
Exactly. And maybe they don't even know better, but please just turn off your radio so we can have a smooth conversation. Because what happens is I can hear myself where you are at. And there's a feedback, there's a conversation. So let's see who's calling. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Well, you may need to call me back to be a part of the show. Calling 0705 6900927. That is the number to call to be a part of the show. I understand how very heartbreaking it can be for you to have like some things that you're supposed to do for yourself, but constantly you're thinking of family. And as much as I understand that, yes, you're just trying to do right by your parents, where do you draw the line? How do you cater to yourself and your parents as well?
So I had a question, real quick,
just before that break.
How about situations where, there are situations where some couples, give birth to a child, they can't really fund for the child, and then the grandmother is training, this one is training, and then, or the child leaves home at some point, and the child goes and makes something great out of themselves. Now, they come back. Now, here's the situation. And then they start doing really good for the parents. So are we saying at some point, the parent too should try to start paying back that child?
I don't understand your question, but we'll come back to it. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning. What is your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Sylvester. I'm calling from Victoria Island.
Sylvester from Victoria Island. All right, Sylvester, talk to us. What do you think about this?
One thing I've observed about an average African man is abuse of privilege. Whether from the parent to the children, or the children to the parent, or even friendship, even at workplace, we have this nature of abusing every privilege that is given to us. Even in society, at this wisdom, when you are dealing with people, including your family
members,
your friends, that ability to apply wisdom when it is necessary in order to avoid some unnecessary issues such as this.
Okay.
For instance, I'm having similar issue with my father right now. In fact, me and my younger brother, we spoke at length last night on this issue.
The same issue?
Yes, because I've refused to pick his call. The fact that we are doing everything within our ability to take care of him doesn't make him to go to the extent of making unnecessary demands, especially not for him. Family member around, because we are all in Lagos here, it's in village.
Right.
They now use him as they see him as an ATM to be getting money from us. So every cover we send to him, this one will come. Even the money we send to take care of him, somebody from somewhere, from nowhere will come around. Papa, there is issue here, there is issue. He will release the money and he will be calling us. The money we send to us, I use it to solve social person problem. We are not welfare organization. We are your children trying to take care of
you.
Yes.
And not even the people around.
Yes. So, but they are using the privilege given to them as a father. The privilege is given to him to reciprocate.
Oh my word! I'm so sorry. Well, you can call in. Oh, I can even see the time. It's 11 o'clock already. We need to wrap things up. But one thing that is certain, that I know that every child should have at the back of their mind, is that as much as I understand, on both parties, on both sides of the ordeal, when someone has, my mother and my father birthed me, sadly my father's passed, I will do anything to ensure that my mom is comfortable.
Exactly.
It is my duty. But when you say it's an obligation,
or you indirectly make it a job,
make it a prerequisite, being transactional, you begin to talk about different you begin to see it from different perspectives, and you're asking yourself different questions like, okay, mom, dad, like, I know that you both raised me, I know that you both love me, but when does it become like a thing where you understand that I'm trying to build my life as well. And that's why I will go back to our octogenarian that quoting on the show to say, I don't see that as an obligation. If they do it for me,
a lot of wisdom.
Yes, a lot of wisdom. She goes on to say, like, I advise that take care of your parents. But I as a parent, she as a parent has come out to say, I will most definitely do my own part. I've done my part but I won't make it a mandate for my children to take care of me.
There should be a place for love and, care and sensitivity. There should be a place for that, from both parties.
All right. Thank you so much to everyone who joined in on the conversation. Thank you so much for calling in, sending a WhatsApp message. I mean, the phone lines are still buzzing. We cannot exhaust this topic enough. I see someone saying, good morning, Gifted. My name is Obioma, and my contribution is that she should first get her privacy and her sanity first by staying out of the house. In fact, he said packing out of the house. That will not stop her from fulfilling her obligation to her parents, but let her plan for herself by leaving the house, and gradually all that disturbance will stop. Well, thank you so much to everyone who joined in on the show. We've got to go. Shots Fired is up next. 92.7 Super FM, your one